Okay, hi guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are tracking a potential tropical storm forming in the Caribbean in potentially 2 weeks. Let's get into it. So, this is for next week, and then the week after that is May. But watch closely in this area. So, there's a low pressure system, a 1009 millibar storm forming in the Caribbean with heavy rain forming near Mexico. As we go a bit further, low pressure goes up in the Caribbean, and you can see it gets up to 1006 millibars. You can see some pink, purple rain on the scale. You can see strong purple to heavy rain here, 1007 millibar tropical storm to potentially tropical depression. It goes near Jamaica, stays around Jamaica for a little while, then eventually just stays there. So its heavy rain moves off toward Cuba. This is the surface low center, until it just moves a little more toward Mexico. And here's your rain totals from this tropical storm. Parts of the Caribbean is going to get 2 feet of rainfall. Mexico, possibly 1 to 2 feet. Jamaica, potentially 2 feet. And Cuba, potentially 1 to 2 feet. Possible rainfall. Here is your 850 height millibar winds. So the 850 millibar winds, it gets pretty strong near Jamaica, around 52 on the scale. So it starts off as this. Some strong winds start forming in the Caribbean, then start strengthening in the Caribbean. About the strongest of the winds is about right here. Till the strong winds hit Jamaica. Moves around, doesn't know where to go until it just moves a little more toward Cuba. Here's your 10-meter winds. So not much, but a little bit of green popping up on the 10-meter winds. This is probably about the strongest it gets for the 10-meter winds. But let's check here velocity. So, on this area, it's just calm, but suddenly some strong velocity starts forming in that area, and that's where the surface low forms. As you can see, strong velocity forms in the Caribbean between Mexico and Jamaica. And there's kind of 2 surface lows. You can see 2 dark velocity dots, which means the storm could have 2 surface lows. And this storm could potentially have 3 to 4 surface lows. Here's the first surface low. Here could be the second surface low, or this could be the second surface low. This right here could be the third surface low. Could be second or third, the third or fourth surface lows in the Caribbean. So the surface low right here, they have about 6 surface lows. 1 surface low, 2 surface lows, 3 surface lows, 4 surface lows, and 5 and 6. Potentially 5 to 6 surface lows coming out of this storm. So there could potentially be 1 tropical storm or multiple tropical storms coming out of this tropical storm. And it's kind of just like 2 strong surface lows that just break apart this one starts strengthening while this low pressure starts weakening until this one moves a little more toward Mexico. Check our 850Z velocity. The 700Z velocity was pretty strong. You can see a couple of pop-ups of surface lows and velocity. Looks like potentially 2 surface lows. Then it becomes 1 or 2 surface lows, 1 dark velocity surface lows, and this potentially second one. So as you can see right here, it gets real strong. Some multiple surface lows forming out of the storm, potentially hitting Jamaica. Here it gets really strong and starts out as 1 or 2 surface lows, but multiple surface lows potentially comes out potential tropical storm. You can see this storm starts strengthening while this second surface low starts weakening. This one starts weakening a little bit while the next surface low starts strengthening in the Caribbean. These 2 surface lows move while this surface low dies, or it kind of just moves off and dies somewhere up here in the Caribbean, while this other storm just moves toward Mexico. But we're not sure. We don't know where this storm right here is gonna go. But we're still gonna have to keep an eye on it. Let's go to 350K potential vorticity. Or that's not your velocity, that's your vorticity. So your vorticity gets pretty strong around the storm. You can see right here, strong vorticity, strong millibars around the storm. So this could potentially be a strong, intense tropical storm. Look how many vorticity bars are in this tropical storm. This could become potential strong, intensifying tropical storm or hurricane possible. Forming in this part of Mexico, then getting stronger and strengthening in the northern Caribbean. And this is about the strongest it gets on the vorticity bar, 350K cyclonic vorticity bars. That's about the strongest it gets, and kind of just moves more toward Mexico. Let's go to our wind shear. So the storm forms right here. There's not as much shear, but they have some shear coning around the storm, and they have a lot of shear getting into the storm. It weakens a bit but strengthens. And around the storm here, there's not as much shear, but up here there's a lot of shear. And a lot of shear starts getting into the storm. Storm moves and bounces around, doesn't know where to go. That's that. This huge clump with no shear while the storm is getting into shear. And then here, the shear gets pretty low, which can potentially strengthen the storm. And that's going to be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'm going to upload tomorrow. We're going to talk more about this potential tropical storm, potentially in 2 weeks. Goodbye.